All right, welcome back to the second episode of the Forte podcast. My name is Dylan,
I'm Nicholas.
and we're here with
Oh, Madison.
Yay!
Yay.
And we're here to talk to you about some poetry,
Oh, cool.
because you do that a lot, don't you? Do you enjoy doing poetry?
Yeah, I haven't been doing much of it lately, which is not good. But, yeah, it's fun.
Are you an AP Lit?
No.
Oh, did you ever take AP Lit?
No. I fall asleep when I read, so I didn't think that would be a good
Yeah, I
choice.
suppose that's a...
I mean, I really like reading. I
Yeah.
just have zero control. I don't know why it happens.
So you have a poetry blog?
Yeah.
Do you want to plug that right now?
No.
Just plug it in.
No.
There's the cord. I mean the outlet. Damn. Oh. All right, but when did you start it?
2 years ago? Almost 3, actually. Yeah, almost 3 years.
That was your 5th year of high school, right?
Nicholas!
I don't know why I keep making that joke. I don't know why I think it's funny.
Especially since this is going to come out a week before you made the first part of the joke. So it's not going to make any sense.
Okay, so you write things, like when you write a poem, how do I say this? Like what message? Because I know you showed me a poem once, and your brother said he's saying something about the lighting in a show and how he didn't what was it? He didn't notice it or something, or he didn't know what you
It
did.
was my cousins.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm so sorry to your
No,
brother. Don't ever let him hear that. But anyway, like you said that, and then you wrote this is that a correct adjective? Anyway, you wrote this poem, and it was purity. It was pretty. Like you helped get that message across, like what you wanted to convey. But is there like a specific message behind every poem you write, or do you just find yourself writing?
Usually I write to relieve stress, or just if some words happen to flow together in my head. I'll usually try to write it down. That one in particular, I was pretty angry.
Yeah. I kind of got that.
Yeah.
It was still a good poem though. I liked it. It was
Thanks.
cool.
Oh,
Oh.
no, I wasn't going to ask the next question. I was just going to ask you to kind of elaborate on. So, actually, I guess it is kind of the next question. So when you're writing that, you're just writing to you just have to get it out, just whatever stress you're having, just that makes you feel better. And then you put it on your blog. Do you just picture that as like a diary kind of, or do you, are you imagining what the people who read it are going to think?
I didn't really ever want other people to read it. My uncle made that blog and said, just put all your poems on here and it'll be like an archive. But then he made business cards and was like, give these to people and they can read it.
Oh.
Like, that's not the goal.
Oh.
So, yeah, I mean, it's cool to see what other people have to say about it. And I'm glad that, you guys have read some of it, I guess, so that's cool.
Man, I didn't
But
know
yeah,
that.
that wasn't the intention.
I feel bad about asking you to plug it now.
Oh, but yeah, that's why
Yeah, you want to save your PG&E, I guess. Don't want to use the
Yeah,
electricity.
over there.
Anyway. All right. What bearing does your personal perception of life have on your poems? Wow. Pretty loaded question. That's a good job.
That's really what.
Sorry. Just got a Tumblr update from the staff. I didn't want that. I don't care what they're doing.
It's fine.
Wait, what was the...
I don't remember the question.
Personal perception of life. How does it affect your poems?
Oh. I don't know. It's just kind of...
That's tough. Yeah.
It's really
geez.
hard.
It's a hard-hitting one. I don't know. I feel like what do you mean? Like,
yeah.
Like, okay, so like for example, think of music.
Okay.
People that have a really negative outlook on life, they usually write like punk music or like
oh,
screamo, whatever. And people that are really happy write like happy songs. So how does your life or your view of how you want to choose to look at things, like in a positive light or a negative light, how does that affect the way you write poems?
I am a fairly positive person, or at least I like to think that I am. But I wouldn't say that a lot of my poetry is positive. So I guess then that I take the negativity from life and it ends up being poetry.
yeah, it's kind of an outlet for all the
Yeah.
bad things you don't want to mess with. I get that.
So that I don't have to yell at Nicholas at school for no apparent reason.
Oh, that was a thing. All right. I don't think I'll ever explain that. It was a thing.
Okay,
But it
I
happened.
don't understand. You wrote in my
Okay.
yearbook, thanks for yelling at me, or something like that.
Oh.
No, it was something.
Alright, well,
Something else.
Well, yeah, I definitely agree with what you're saying. I think, not about yelling at Nicholas. But I think, yeah, it's definitely a more, what's the word?
Furniture for your lifestyle.
It's definitely a better way to deal with negativity is to turn it into something like art rather than just stay and let it fester.
Like an outlet in which you plug.
not a chord, not a chord.
Okay. Oh, I should have said that. All right. All right. This is all right. What sets you apart from other poets? Like, do you have some kind of thing that, like, you write in every poem, and there's some kind of, I don't know, like the play, like something that's inherently you in each one of your poems, like it's your little flair in the bit. Like, what do you like to do that you think others don't, I suppose?
I'm not too sure. I don't read too much other poetry, I guess. Because again, the reading
Oh.
is fine.
Inconsiderate question.
I don't know. I don't know how to answer that.
So no, don't be sorry. It's good. We're getting answers. This is what we want. We just want to hear from you.
Give me the answers.
So, yeah. So, what's your? Okay. So you say that it. So you say that your poetry helps you get your stress out. You know, whatever's bothering you, right?
Yeah.
So what's So like when something does bother you, do you think about like I'm gonna make a poem out of this? This is gonna be something, or is it just something that naturally happens?
No, I don't think about writing because things happen. I don't think, ooh, this will be great for my. Usually it's just kind of like I want this to go away. What are ways that I can get this to go away? So I'll, like if I'm upset, I will do things like listen to music, and somewhere within that I will remember that I have this outlet to use. So yeah.
That's really insightful.
Last question.
Well,
Last question.
I feel like we know the answer to the last question. Right?
Let's see.
Just
All right, you wrote your poems, right? Great poems. Everybody loves them. Lauded by critics. Yay! Madison Kelly.
Wait, Nicholas, how many have you read?
You only showed me one.
So you only read one.
Okay.
I read 2 or 3, I think.
Okay.
Yay, Madison.
Yay.
Wrote her poems, right? So they come to you, Madison. Love your poems. We want to put it in a movie. We want to put it in a song. We want to put it in a TV show, right? They're coming at you. Like, nah, man. But then you get that one offer. You're like, oh, yeah, I'll put my poem in that. What's that offer?
I don't know. I mean, it's all, well, not all, but most of it's on the internet. So, I mean, I guess if anyone really wanted to read it, they could.
So yeah, I think it's great how you're saying, like, this poetry is something that's like for you, to help you, like it's therapeutic, I guess
Yeah.
is the word. And that's, yeah, so it's really personal, and it's pretty much just for yourself. You know, you're not like, we haven't seen you handing out any business cards, so that's how we know. So is that why you don't? I guess why it's not well known that you do that. I guess like because originally one of my questions was going to be, why didn't you put any of your poetry, or at least some poetry, in the show when you wrote it? So I guess that's a variation of that question.
Oh, I don't have very much confidence in it, I guess, as part of that.
It's hard to put stuff out there.
Yeah.
Yeah, like even when you're satisfied with something.
Yeah, like I lack confidence in the show still.
It's always hard.
Yeah.
Because you love it and you're like, wow, I'm kind of happy with this. And then you just get like, it's not even that bad, but someone's like, yeah, this could have been better. Like, what? And then you go and look at it again, you're like, God damn it!
And you find other things and
Yeah, and then you just, it's a whole thing.
Yeah, that applies to everything.
That's what I think is, man, it sucks putting stuff out there, but I don't know. I guess, what else are you gonna do?
So I guess, yeah, that's an important thing to, like, that's, I guess, an important question to ask. Like, I don't know, that whole concept of putting stuff out there could will most likely get people to say negative things about it. Do you ever, what's your stance on that? Do you prefer to put things out there and then, like, let them be criticized if need be, or if whatever, how people feel, or would you rather just keep it to yourself and not have other people like tear apart things that you care about?
I guess I appreciate constructive criticism, but at the same time I don't really want people to be like, what was this about? So maybe that's why I don't talk about it so much. It's just because it's so personal.
Yeah, no, I think that is, yeah, that's a very respectable way of thinking about that. Like, I think everyone feels that way sometimes.
It's just so profound, like, poetry. Like, you're just writing down words. Music, you're just making sounds. You're just doing things. Like, poetry is one of the only human art forms.
Yeah.
It's just things that everyone can get behind. Like, it's crazy just to think about how we don't know anything on the planet. Like, well, I don't know. No one knows, like, why we're here. So people have an idea, sure, but, like, why are we here? Why are we doing this? Why are we doing that? Like, people always searching for a reason why we're here, but we're here, and then we're making these beautiful things. Like, it's just so, it's crazy to think about.
Yeah.
Translates across cultures, and it reaches everyone. That's what's really special, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's a really good thing. That's like, it's not something that you need, like that feeling is not something that you need to ever think about, like, oh, is this happening now, or is this something that's going to happen later? It's there, you know?
Mm-hmm. I think that about does it, doesn't it? Is it?
I think it's pretty good, yeah.
Let's call it.
All right.
All right.
Thank you for being here with us.
Let me dial it real quick.
We're not gonna ask you to plug anything, of course.
Thank you, Madison, for coming on the podcast. And thank you, Dylan, for asking me to host with you.
Well, thank you, Nicholas, for hosting with me.
Oh, we're all so polite. All right.
All right, so yeah, I'm not even gonna say like and subscribe to the video because that sounds so cheap after this amazing human conversation we just had. So yeah, let's just end it here on that amazing note. Nicholas is currently checking his Snapchats.
They don't load. I sit here all day. I got this one 13 hours ago. Jesus.
That was a long time.